What do you often look for on a first date? Is she crazy?
Roll me Mac.
Do you as a man perceive love from a woman you're involved with? Respect. I'll speak for me, the type of man that I am, I trust that other men that feel the way I feel will agree with this. But I perceive love as like respect. I don't have to be told how handsome I am. I don't care about that shit. You know what I mean? As hard as I work on myself, that just lets me know that that your vision is not your vision ain't fucked up. I say that jokingly, but definitely I mean that shit. But it's not about the looks though. I mean, it plays a part. It's not all about the looks. But I mean, how do I perceive love? I mean, the ability to know how to nurture. One that trusts the man to lead. And I know it can be confusing for some women. Was like, well, someone can try to nurture you, but then you're saying you're treating like a child. Now, it's finding that balance, you know what I mean, as far as like decision making. You know what I mean? You don't want to nurture their decision making as in you trying to do some shit. Like allow a man to lead. You know what I mean? Like a woman's trust in my leadership is the best way to show your love for me, to be honest, because it's not easy to do so. To trust that somebody has you, you're going to feel protected by this particular individual. You know what I mean? And when you have a history of males, I won't say men, I'll say males, because they very well could still be boys at heart in the mind. You know what I mean? You have a history of dealing with boys or males, however you put it, that shown you differently, that you could not put that trust in them. So for me, like it's little things like that I'll see in a woman and be like, okay, right, you know, or little things, you know what I'm saying? Like a conversation we may have had years ago or months ago and whatnot. And you take from that and you come up with maybe a gift. Not even about being, you know, the gift itself. It's the thought put into like the gift, the little shit, you know what I mean? Like having conversation or me talking about something I'm passionate about, and then you do something that coincides with that passion. Like that to me does not go unnoticed, you know, whenever a woman does something like that. And that to me is how one perceives love. It's like belief in a man with ambition, a belief in someone who's working towards something bigger than themselves, even though at times ego can get in the way and it can somewhat make it about yourself. But grateful for the universe, grateful for mistakes, grateful for people that the universe uses to bring you back to reality, that this is bigger than you. You know what I mean? And I'm just as human as anybody else. But I'd say that respect is definitely the cornerstone for how I perceive like love from a woman. I don't believe anything a woman says if she tells me I love you and then proceeds to tear me down, proceeds to talk to me like I'm a child, perceives to disrespect me in front of people. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that is it's telling. You know what I mean? It's not what a woman says, it's what she does. You know, I don't give a fuck what a woman tells you as far as like I love you, I adore you, whatever that shit is. You know, everything will show in action. You know what I mean? And and again, it goes back to the Maya Angelou quote, you may forget what someone tells you, you may forget what someone does, but you'll never forget how they made you feel. And I love being around a woman that, again, comes with respect. You know, she values men, number one. What the ones that really, I say, what really sticks out for me, and what I love to see, if it's not like within my own situation or in another, but knowing that women didn't have the best male representation coming up, but still find some way to show value of a man, you know what I mean? It doesn't take out the too much of the insecurities or the pain, the trauma that sustained from having daddy issues per se, and onto me as a man. Like, that shit doesn't go unnoticed. To me, that's one of the sexiest things about a woman. Those little, like I said, little details, man. And but to have that respect for man and trusting a man to lead after, of course, they've displayed traits. Now, you don't just go around just trusting any damn man, any person for that matter, you know, on the opposite end with the man and the woman. But like being able to just truly, I have the most trust. I'm not gonna say full trust because I don't trust anyone 100%. Same with me, I'm human. I don't trust myself 100%. But to the point, I trust you enough. I trust you enough that my anxiety is low. Because when anxiety's high, trust is low. When trust is high, anxiety is low. You know what I mean? And like, so when I come across like that energy, and that's another thing I'm grateful for, me tapping into the universe and you know, God and his universe, excuse me. And like I really am grateful for energy and the knowledge of energy, the understanding of energy, how it all operates, at least to my understanding. So when I'm around certain energy, run like hell meters go off in the in the mind, in the body. It's like, nah, something about this individual. This ain't all together. You know, it ain't all sixes and sevens, as they say in Austin Powers. You know, there's some shit funky ones on. And when I feel that, it's like, if it's work, I gotta deal with it. Work is temporary. If I don't gotta fucking be around you, I ain't gonna be around you. Like, it's just energy, man. There's certain energy. You got the, you know what I mean? Like that manipulative energy. And as a fellow manipulator, you know what I mean? I've done manipulative things in my life. You know what I'm saying? I can, you know, to catch a criminal, you gotta be a criminal. You gotta think like one. So it's like, nah, I see what's going down here. I can't fuck with you. I can't fuck with this. I'm not down for this. But like when I feel that way, I got to back the fuck up. But what I will say, getting back, you know, I get off topic all the time, but like for a woman that displays that trust in my leadership, in an age where there's not really much leadership going on by men in our society, unfortunately, because of how we were raised, because of the, you know, again, the implementation of the Welfare Act and taking fathers out of the home and a list of other things of people just not knowing how to lead. And I'm grateful for, you know, throughout I'll say like the course of the last 5 years of my life, the women that I've encountered with that, whether for a short period of time, long period of time, allowed me to show that there are men that can lead and in this life. And, you know, not perfect by any means, you know what I mean? You're still growing every fucking day. Raise the bar for yourself every motherfucking day. But like showing that there is some form of safety in an unsafe world, by the hands of a man, that level of protection. And I pride myself on doing so, for many reasons. Because I've been on the opposite side of the spectrum. I've been in an unsafe place. I've trusted people that were not careful with me. You know what I mean? And I've done some things to people that I'm not necessarily proud of. But I mean, it goes hand in hand. I believe that's life itself. But like I said though, for how me as a man perceives love from a woman is truly respect and trust. You know what I mean? Like all the sweet nothings. I appreciate anything that's being said. Don't get me wrong. But how you how you treat someone. You know what I mean? The type of love that you reflect, not just to me, but to others. You know what I'm saying? Like that. When you can see that. There's one thing when somebody's like really, really nice to you and they like a dick to waiters and treat people like they're lower than them. I see that shit. You know what I'm saying? But like for somebody who just is just love, man, just a ray of fucking love. When they walk into a room, you can feel that off of them. You know what I mean? That to me is everything. And you know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be the center of attention. Not about being, you know what I'm saying, just loud and obnoxious and nothing like that. So secure within themselves when they walk into a room, their presence speaks for itself. You know what I'm saying? Or they just have that energy about them that's very subtle. You know what I'm saying? Like to themselves, but you can feel that. You can feel it on them that you know they have a kind spirit, and I respect that. I do. I truly respect that in a woman. But yeah, how I perceive love as a man is simply just trust and respect. Yeah, trust and respect.
Hey, what up, everybody? Yeah, do me a favor real quick. Just hit like, subscribe, and of course comment if you have anything, obviously to mention about the show.
How do you feel about the media programming people to focus on celebrities' lives? I think it's great for business. I truly do. I think it's great for business, for our minds, the way we've been programmed since we were little kids. And, especially like, I'd say if you were a kid, let's call a kid from 1980, you know what I mean, on up. Because of television, you know what I'm saying? Like television was really, really taking off. Like I'll say, like in the 80s, a lot of promotions, and then like celebrity gossip and all that shit. And who better to gossip about than the greatest entertainer to ever live, in my opinion, Michael Joseph Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like who didn't have a rumor about Michael? You know what I'm saying? Michael, I mean, the whole thing about him sleeping with the Elephant Man. He got the Elephant Man's bones. Like having little kids sleepovers and all that shit. Like, I mean, he just controlled the masses with everything that he did. People drank Pepsi because of Michael. You know what I'm saying? People wore a damn glove with glitter on it because of Michael. And as a kid, I emulated everything that I saw in that Michael Jackson Moonwalker cassette tape, a video that I had of him, the movie, that Michael Jackson Moonwalker movie. Everything he did and that I saw, I wanted to emulate. Now, I bring that up to say is that we get programmed to thinking that these people are bigger than us, better than us. Truthfully, they chose a job, and this is the benefits of choosing said job. You know what I mean? But we're wired because they're on television to think that they're larger than life, they're bigger than us. But these people are just people. You know what I mean? And I'm on like both sides. On one end, like especially like with wrestling, I don't want I don't want to know what my wrestlers do outside of their job. You know what I'm saying? And then on the other end of like celebrities, I just feel like they're just as human as we are. You know, because I like the illusion when it comes to wrestling, because I feel like that's part of the entertainment. That's the whole concept. It is an act. You know, I don't want to know Denzel outside of being Training Day, Mighty Quinn, Remember the Titans, Preacher's Wife, Out of Time, and all these other movies. That Man on Fire, which is a really good movie. Like, I don't want to know about him. I don't care that he's a good father. I don't. It didn't matter. I mean, I love that he is. Don't get me wrong. I love that he is a good father to like his kids and, you know, good man to his family. It's all perspective. But like, I don't need to know that Denzel don't like Russell Crowe. I don't need, or, you know, not that that's true, because I want to take this clip and run with it. But I don't give a fuck about his personal life. You know what I'm saying? That's what get me about the Kanye shit. No one gave a fuck what Kanye had to say or his political views before he did Through the Wire. You know what I'm saying? Like, once he became the Kanye West that we know, you know, and had an opinion, now it's like you want to discredit. You try to discredit his music. You can't discredit his music. You're gonna discredit Kanye West's music for the simple fact that he spoke an opinion that you did not agree with. You have nothing to prove. It's a fucking opinion. That's really all it is. You don't have to unfollow him because you learned that he wanted to vote for Trump and shit. That ain't got shit to do with you. You listen to Kanye not because he likes Trump or dislikes Trump. You listen to Kanye because you like the fucking song. And when he come out with music that you don't fuck with, you're not gonna listen to it. Period. Whether he still like Trump or whether he don't. So, like, when I see, like, how society has programmed us to be focused solely on, like, an entertainer's lives, like, how some women get, now, you know, I'm not gonna single out women. I'm gonna keep this in the thing, so it shows that I'm correcting my damn self. But some people that watch reality shows, the ones that get caught up in Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and how Tristan did Chloe wrong and all this other shit, how Lamar did Chloe wrong. She chose to be with these people. You know what I'm saying? It was a choice. It was making her be with these men. You know what I mean? Like, you can only play a victim once. After that, you are a volunteer. So all this, I just feel so bad for Chloe. This bitch makes $1 million fucking dollars. You don't give a shit about no damn Chloe. Like, don't let your emotions get you caught up in somebody else's life. She don't give a fuck about you. She don't care about the nigga cheating on you. She don't care about, like, your job shorting your hours. She doesn't care that your kid, you know what I'm saying, has a learning disability. None of that shit. But somehow or another, you give a fuck about her feelings. Do you see programming and how effective it is? And like I said, that's why I say it's great for business. Because if I can tap into your emotions, I can get you to support shit. And that's what a lot of people do. They tap into, like, the businesses. They tap into our insecurities. You know what I'm saying? If you look at, like, alcohol. I don't feel good about myself. I'm going to come out with a new alcohol brand. It's going to make you want to go out every Friday. That you look forward to every Friday, or however often or frequently that you decide to have a drink. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like these little things that they've done to program us to care about other people's lives, to care about how many baby moms Lil Wayne has, or Tom Cruise, and what's the one bitch he was with? Katie Holmes. I found it. I found it now. Shit. Katie Holmes. Like, Katie Holmes got kicked out of, like, what is it? That cult shit and whatnot. But Scientology. Everything's coming back now. All right, so Katie Holmes got kicked out of Scientology because of Tom Cruise. People feel some type of, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care about that. I don't need to know their life. I have enough issues trying to manage my own. But for whatever reason, this is what keeps us going. You'll sit down at certain dinners and like, oh, this is what I heard happen. You know, Godfrey went on Club Shay Shay and was talking about Country Wayne. And Country Wayne talking about God. Ain't got shit to do with me. Nothing. You learn about, like, these fights and people breaking up with this person and all this stuff. Like, what? How does it benefit you? How does it benefit me? I just want to know. I just really honestly want to know. And I'm not going to sit here and say, like, I've never taken part in such gossip. But what I'm talking about is collectively us, all of us. It is insane how, like, that shit works. Like, how the TV has programmed us to care about shit that ain't got nothing to do with us. And as I refer to, much ado about nothing news. And I think that it's genius. I truly think it's genius that they came up with something that has enabled us to give a fuck about shit that ain't got nothing to do with us. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's so interesting. What I find truly interesting about this concept is that you'll find a person supporting another person's dream that they never met. You know what I mean? Like on TV, you'll see like, oh, they're trying to work on their music or they're trying to build a business. Meanwhile, your actual person that you do know, you don't support them about their businesses and you know, music, maybe artistry, painting, whatever dreams that they have. You have more support for somebody you see on TV that you don't even know than a motherfucker that you've known probably all your life that maybe lived down the street. That shit, that's what I'm talking about, the power of the fucking television, that it makes you focus more on their lives than our own. And been guilty of it, you know what I'm saying? Supported people on TV more than I know, like one of my boys who got music and shit like that back in the day. You get aware of it, you wise up, and you try to do better. So, you know, like I find it very interesting that we are programmed to care about other people's shit, minus our own, you know what I'm saying, lives and stuff like that. But it's a business. It works. Little TV trick. Social media has enhanced it, and it's working. It's making millions for some, and I'm definitely not envious of it. Well, maybe envious, but I'm not jealous of it. You know what I mean? I'm not hating on it by any means, but I just find it all captivating how the human mind works and how it can be influenced by technology and the programming, societal programming that we have on our television sets and our phones, through the internet, through social media, through TV, and like we can focus on like celebrity gossip and what else that comes up. But I mean, drawing awareness to it, it's helpful. I do my best to try to stay away from celebrity gossip, especially anything that's negative and that I deem to be negative. Excuse me. So when I hear that shit, I backs the fuck away, because it doesn't do me any good. Negative energy is contagious, and doesn't mean that it's not there. Like, negative thoughts are not there. You just don't feed them. You know what I mean? Nothing can survive without nourishment. So don't feed the negative thoughts. Don't feed negative energy. Don't feed things that don't do well for you. Period. What's something you're attached to? The gym. I'll be brief about this. I recognized it for the last 2 weeks. I wasn't able to go to the gym, and I was in a mild state of depression. Like it was killing me that I could not. I didn't feel. I learned about my identity, what I perceived to be my identity, my attachment. The gym is attached to my identity as a productive person, productive human here on this earth. So like me not being able to go to the gym, I just felt like less of a man, and it was just having its way with my mind. I was running away with just random thoughts about myself and what I was becoming. What I was allowing myself to do, falling back into some old destructive habits of the mind. And I I had to do something. You know what I mean? So, and it's more so just related to some back pain that, you know, kind of been dealing with for, I want to say like the last month or so. And I was like, fuck it. I just got to get some answers. So I decided to go to the hospital and try to get some answers. They ran scans and they couldn't find anything. So to me, it was like, that's all I think it might be psychosomatic. I'm no doctor by any means, but I wanted to get my ass back in that gym by any means necessary. So I decided to say, fuck it. I'm gonna go and get some help from the experts. If they tell me anything that's like, hey, you probably shouldn't do this shit, then I gotta suffer. But they told me that I can go back just with light work. I'm fine with that. So, you know, but it's just recognizable. What the beauty of like Eckhart Tolle's work and him telling you, like, once you recognize that you have an attachment to something, that's a way of removing it. The awareness to an attachment is a way that you can remove it. So yeah, if I would say I was attached to anything, it would be the gym. The gym is something that, you know, I find peace in, I find serenity, I find strength of the mind. All these things, it's really not about the look for me. I mean, I'm grateful for the look, but it's really about like the peace it brings to my mind and me able to carry myself and have a better mental health of being in the gym. You work your body out, you got to work your brain out too, and I get to do both of them at the same time being in the gym. So something that I'm attached to: the gym, the dungeon, home. What do you often look for on a first date? Is she crazy? Yeah, no. Well, that for sure, but not initially. That what I look for, does she match what the fuck she put online? Because more than likely it's like an online thing or whatever, right? At least it's been like through COVID and all that stuff, but. Does she look the way her pictures look, or did she do like the fat girl trick where she just show her face and don't show the rest of her body, and she show up and then it's like, damn, look at me. Like, nah, misleading, bitch. You misleading. Now, if I did that, if I held up a picture of like, I don't know, The Rock or Roman Reigns, and then you show up and then you see Sasquatch, you gonna feel some type of fucking way. You know what I'm saying? But like on the first date, I am monitoring personality traits, if you will, because representatives are there. On average, some people like to bare their soul, like myself, but others like that representative will, you know, not to say that I don't have my representative out too when I'm bearing my soul, but you get my fucking point. Some people are not as open about their lives and the things that they've gone through. I don't give a fuck about that shit. But yeah, so some folks are, you know, the representative is on deck, so it's just monitoring them and then asking about the relationship they have with their parents. Truthfully, that is a first date question. I would definitely recommend anybody going on a fucking first date, ask that individual about their relationship with their parents. The answer after that is going to tell you all you need to know as far as like how this shit's going to go between you and them in a relationship, because they're the ones that shape us for this world. And some it's you know, it comes out, you can see it instantly. Some you see it further down the line, but that to me is like a key question. And just really making eye contact. Especially I think it's very important for a man to be able to sustain eye contact with a woman. You know what I mean? That's just me. But also the way she dresses, the way she carries herself, how she speaks, for sure. And then again, that loud, like I said, if she comes in there, it's got that loud personality shit. Nope. Nah, G. Because and the reason why that would be a turnoff for me as far as like a woman that's just being loud. I believe that secure. I believe secure. I feel confidence is silent. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like insecurities are very loud. So I don't want you projecting your insecurities onto me. And I mean that shit. Like, or past the looking good shit. You know, it's how do I feel when I'm around you? I've been with some pretty ass headaches, some pretty ass anchors. What we're looking for are sales today. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who is going to give the air in your life to sail that fucking ship on. Now, the drainers, they have to go. Unfortunately, you are not going down with them. Nope. Do not let it happen. But look at what you look for on the first date. Her ability to be like in conversation, how to carry a conversation, essentially about anything. I mean, some people don't open up as fast, but enough to carry on a conversation, be it something on the surface, be it something, you know, deeper than the surface. But like those things, they come out. They come out. They come out subtly. It's just like having that confidence and being able to, like, for me as a man, to be able to carry. You have to lead. You have to lead in conversation too. You know what I'm saying? Ask the right questions. Avoid asking yes and no questions to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Ask a question that enables a person to speak. You know, more than just yes, no. It's not an interview. You know, it's like you're speaking with a human. And you want to let them know that they can be safe enough to share whatever is on their mind, not to be judgmental. And that's another thing. Like if she comes off like judgmental, if you will, in like conversation, you like that or something, you know what I'm saying, something like that. That to me is interpreted. Granted, I'm in charge of my own interpretation of shit. Doesn't mean this is what she's saying, but in my interpretation of it, I'm right and you're wrong. Versus looking at shit from a perspective standpoint. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I see shit. I try to look at things from more of a perspective than just right and wrong. And I don't want to have a conversation with somebody who feels like they're right all the time. There could be a misconception that I may believe I'm right all the time. I don't agree with it, but I have no control over how a person interprets the shit that I say out of my mouth. I look at shit more from a perspective lens, and I like to keep it that way. But on the first date, just seeing, feeling that energy, you know, the type of energy that because I don't want to call it a gift or a curse or whatever, but I can feel it. I can feel the energy around me from people, and it's annoying at times. It really is, but that's how God in His universe has blessed me to protect myself in this on this planet, and at least until I move on to whatever's next, you know, after this shit. But I on a first date. Chemistry. Chemistry, man. Chemistry is very key. You know, finding out similarities, finding out, you can tell a lot about an individual by the type of music that they listen to. It's not judging them per se, but there are just like similarities and traits for listening to certain genres and what type of genres and all that stuff, because music influences our moods, you know, so that's another thing that could be taken into account when on said date. Like to me, this is something I've recognized, and I've recognized it in looking at like young kids, like the kids that listen to solely hip hop, you know what I mean, like so only like and I would say, and I'm gonna call it rap. There's hip hop and then there's rap. The kids that listen to solely just the rap, like the pop rap shit that's out right now, very one-dimensional. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't have a broad sense of like of music to me. That's just my opinion. But like when you talk of music on a first date and they're running off random ass genres, you know what I'm saying? Whether that be classical, whether that be alternative rock, whether that be punk, whether that be R&B, gospel, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can tell a lot about a person's personality through the type of music that they listen to, whether they are open-minded or whether they're just closed-minded. They feel some type of way about you listening to country and they listen to heavy metal, you know what I mean? Like, the judgment that comes with it. I don't know, just little things you recognize just from years and years of dating, you know? So like on the first date, seeing one chemistry, seeing if she allows a man to, how does she value men? Number one, seeing how she values men, seeing if she trusts men to lead, seeing, you know, just how she carries herself as a woman. Does she try to make herself the center of attention? And is she looking for an accessory? No sidekicks here. You know what I'm saying? Not an accessory to a woman. That to me alone, once you can recognize that in a woman, once she treats you like a sidekick or a fan, she doesn't value, to me, that means she does not value men. And we're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere where we're not appreciated or valued these days. I don't care how pretty she is. I'll take my I'll take my piece, my solo piece over being in a relationship with chaos. That's the true mark of it for me. But what you look for on the first date, how pretty much how a woman values men, chemistry, her taste in music, and just to get an idea of how she gets through, you know, like the day, because most women that I've encountered, their music, it gets them through. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like they get us to go out. A lot of men in relationships, they get us to go out and buy certain songs because we didn't heard it around our damn woman. You know what I'm saying? The woman we're seeing or some shit like that. So, I mean, I think that's pretty cool. One of those things. That's one thing I can say looking back at a lot of the past relationships. A lot of songs, you know, can be essentially and almost like in memory of that particular relationship. You can hear a song and see like that fight you had or that joy you had, whatever. You know what I mean? But those things on the first date, and you know. Truthfully, it's just all unconscious assumptions because it's the first date, and it would take a lot more. But there are some red flags, you know, that can present themselves on the first date, and I guess that's just like, in my mind, that's my method of being able to see said things on the first date. So the things you know, you look for on the first date, just really just chemistry, you know, music choice, and does she value men?